So a sharp knife is your best friend, and I'm going to show you how to keep it that way. So hey guys, if you're new here, I'm Tarek. I'm the maker behind that skiving knife, and today I'm going to show you how to get that knife razor sharp. If you have a set of sharpening stones, you can follow along using your sharpening stones. But today, I'm going to show you guys how to keep your knife sharp using a strip of sandpaper. This over here is 1200 grit water paper. So guys, like when you're skiving, you want to be doing it on a piece of marble, granite or glass. We're going to be doing the same now with the sharpening if you're going to be using this technique of using some water paper. So just get yourself a little bit of spray on contact adhesive, spray the back end of that paper, and then simply just stick that down onto your piece of marble, granite or glass. Make sure that that's nice and flat. So a nice little trick that I have shared with a lot of people over our Skype consultations is just to use a Sharpie pen on the edge. So what this is going to do, so if you just mark that edge of your skiving knife, what that's going to do is it's going to show you exactly where you're touching the edge as you start sharpening. So just remember you are using water paper. Have a little bowl of water, and just dampen up that paper a little bit. So you'll see now, as you start skiving, I like to keep my angle so that when you got the knife from me, the angle would be around about 18 degrees. So a nice way to do that is hold that knife up at 90 degrees, come down to 45 degrees, which is half of 90, half that again, and then drop it just that little bit more. And that'll give you the angle that I've actually sharpened that knife at. But what you can do is once you've got that on there, is give it a little gentle push, and then see what's happening with your Sharpie. So what you'll notice, that Sharpie is going to start wearing off. So if you look there, that Sharpie is going to actually start wearing off. Then you know that you're at the right angle. So what you're going to start to notice as you start working off this edge, especially as you've got a straight motion, because of the curve of the blade, you're going to have some of that Sharpie left over there. So what we're going to do to sharpen the complete edge of the knife is as you start sharpening, you're going to push and then gently just tilt the knife onto the curve. So you're just going to have that slight rocking motion, which is going to allow it to sharpen up to the curve. So as you're pushing along, you're going to slightly tilt it onto the curve. And you'll see when that part of the blade, on that very, very tight corner over there, that's the maximum height that you want to lift that corner to. So it's just a gentle, soft movement with a full range of motion from the start of your piece of sandpaper all the way to the bottom. And then just gently move that edge through. So there's two things that I'm looking for when I'm busy sharpening this knife. The one is to make sure that the Sharpie, I'm getting rid of all the Sharpie on the edge, which makes sure that the complete edge is being touched. Then on the other side, on the back side, what happens when you sharpen any knife? A slight little burr starts to come over the edge. It starts to roll the steel over this way. If you just use your thumb and just touch there lightly, you'll actually feel, when you start sharpening at the correct angle, this slight little burr that starts to come up over there, and you'll feel that on your fingertip. And once that burr is completely onto that side, that knife's edge has reached its apex. So it means that knife is completely sharp now, that edge has been completely touched, and you're ready to put this onto the strop. Alright, so after you've finished on the piece of 1200 grit water paper and you've raised the burr on the back end of the knife, you're ready to go onto that strop. So the way I like to strop is exactly the same way that we've just worked on the sandpaper, with a consistent motion, except we're not going to be pushing forward, which would cut into the piece of leather. We're going to be pulling back on the strop. So I like to hold it with 2 fingers down on the back end of that knife, and I'll simply just pull the knife back at a slightly lower angle. In fact, I'm going in at around about 15 degrees. So if you come in again, 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 22.5 degrees, and a little bit lower than that is going to give you that extra angle. Now the reason why I strop at a lower angle than what I sharpen at is because leather compresses. So as it compresses, it's going to curve around that full edge. So if you're going at the same angle, it's actually going to round off your edge. So just a little bit lower than the angle that you sharpened at. And I'm going to be pulling back just several times onto the corner as well. So I raise it onto the corner. And then what I'll do just to finish that off is I'll pull back 1 or 2 times on the back end of the knife. Ooh, and that knife is scary sharp right now. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope it's given you a little bit more insight of how to keep your Chartermade skiving knife sharp. Please leave me a comment below if there's anything else I can help you with. And remember to hit the subscribe button. We're going to be adding a lot more content to this channel.